We've got hip-hop royalty in the studio this morning. You know Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe. And Shamari DeVoe, who is the newest member of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was their single, Love Comes Through, together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I gotta say, you guys still got it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you look good, you sound good, you still got it. So we gotta talk Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay, that's fine.
It's been several years in the making, actually.
Several years in the making with them asking
with Real Housewives, yes, with you
yes.
asking you guys
yeah,
to
they
be on the
asked me
show.
actually when I was pregnant with the twins, and that was like in 2017, and I was like, oh, I don't want to go through all that drama right now. So then they reached back out a year later, and they asked me to join, and I was like, hey, why not? This is a perfect opportunity and a major platform for us to share our testimony.
What did Ronnie say?
Well,
did I read that?
That's what I want to know, the man's perspective, right?
I come from a generation where everything was about kind of sweeping your dirty laundry under the rug or keeping it in the closet or what have you. But as my wife said, we felt like it was a major platform for us to share our testimony and ultimately inspire other married couples and families.
For sure. Did you know any of the ladies before joining the cast?
I did know Candy because we're both, you know, from 90s girl groups, and she wrote the remix to our first single, 808. So I've worked with her before, so I did know Candy. I went to school with Portia. We went to elementary, middle, and high school together. So, yeah.
So you're here in Chicago,
yes.
And we love having you guys in Chicago because you're heavyweights in your own right. Now you come together, now you're a heavyweight couple in this business. What does Chicago mean to you guys and being back here? Do you have some Chicago history to share with us?
Man, just one of the best places for New Edition and all of the offspring, Belle Biv DeVoe, Bobby, Johnny, and Ralph. Every time we come, the shows are always sold out. We were actually here a couple months ago.
Had a service
yes,
project,
we did
right?
a fundraiser for the greater Chatham area, just revitalizing and some of the regentrification that's going on, just making sure that people are able to stick and stay and, you know, have their piece of the pie, as well as property values are going up in that area. So. This is second city for us, you know, or I want to say third city because Boston, Atlanta, Chicago. There we
You
go.
are the second city here in Chicago, so that does
Chicago
work.
is amazing.
I want to take it real quick to you, Ronnie, and New Edition, and everybody know I've been playing Poison, Mr. Telephone.
Yeah, I heard you over there at the beginning. Yo, you sound like Robin from Teen Titans the way you were singing.
The problem is he can't sing. It's great music, but the singing.
Are y'all done yet? Everybody done yet?
Okay, go ahead. It's your turn. Go ahead.
But what was it like? Because you've been in the media spotlight your whole life. I mean, this was Mr. Telephone Man. I mean, how old were you?
Man, 15.
Wow.
I mean, 15 years old to
Right,
where you are now.
1983. The light was
Are those
shined
Jerry
on
curls?
us. Yes, hold on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get all right.
Yo, my sweatsuit
Look
was
at the
hot
green
though.
sweatsuit.
My sweatsuit was
You
hot.
had at least you had on pink and green.
Yo, listen, right.
You wouldn't have dated him back then. I don't think you
Yo,
would
I
have
had
married
the
that
first
man.
original Soul Globe. Yeah. right.
But so looking back on those years, I mean, how cool was that?
It is. It's amazing to be able to do something that you love to do, right? This is a music industry or industry period that will chew you up and spit you out ultimately after, and that's my favorite word.
Yes, it is.
After one single or maybe one album. So to be here from 1983, fast forward to 2019 and still relevant in the industry and having some of the greatest fans, those New Edition for lifers out there, they've been propping us up and speaking life into us, praying for us for a long time now. So it feels good to still be here, you know, till this day, answering questions with the jam, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Shamari, he's going on and on about his career, but
Right.
we're going to talk about you with Black and everything.
Okay,
And
yes.
We know the hit song, the hit single, but just what is it like for you to be here today, several years later, just with this longevity in the entertainment industry?
I just think it's very important because, you know, a lot of artists don't get a chance to constantly perform, and now with the resurgence of the 90s and all the girl groups coming back out and even the male groups just going back out and actually performing again, it's just amazing. Like doing it years from now. You don't even have to have a hit on the radio today.
Right.
You know, you can still always perform, so that's one of the things that I love about it.
We would have to ask, we'd be remiss and not be doing our jobs if we didn't mention, you know, 808 was a smash hit.
Yes.
That was also working alongside R. Kelly, who's
That's right.
in the news right now for
Yeah.
obvious reasons with everything going on. Your interactions with him, as you've seen some of Surviving R. Kelly and what's kind of been brought to the forefront here, what's your take on as you knew him? Were you surprised by all this, and where do you stand now?
Well, we worked with R. Kelly when we were teenagers. I was 19 years old, and I mean, he was just a beast and just a musical genius. But I feel really sorry for the women that have, been victims of sexual assault, sexual, just whatever. It's just sexual harassment. Because I was one of the lucky ones.
I was 19.
I was 19 years old.
Did you experience any of that?
No,
that
and
stuff
I was actually I was actually lucky, and he didn't pray after me.
Yeah.
But I my heart goes out to the women that were victims of him. Like, it just is really sad.
And Ronnie, you've made comments on the unfortunate circumstances. Where do you stand?
When you look at child molestation and the fact that he was molested as a child, it's like the vicious circle of life. But I don't condone any of the stuff that he's doing. Ultimately, I feel like God is the maker, and he will meet whatever the challenges that he needs to face based on some of the stuff that he's doing. I've said it before, under the jail. But I mean, it's just a tough situation. It's sad, man. My heart goes out to all of the victims, like my wife said, and he needs help. He needs therapy, he needs counseling, and he needs to be ultimately locked up for a little bit to be able to reflect and understand the error of his ways.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys for touching on that. I mean, it's definitely an issue. It's hard for, just as Chicagoans, for us to hear that, being from our city and representing our city.